Hey, welcome to another Wild Wild Wisconsin adventure. Today we're in LaCrosse, Wisconsin. This is the Black River behind me. It's the first day of spring, and Raptor Education Group, otherwise known as Regi, and their founder, MARGE GIBSON, is going to be here today to release two immature eagles that have never flown before. They were brought to them out of the nest, and something happened. I don't know the stories, but we're going to find out. So stay tuned.
They got a big dinner this morning, a big breakfast, and they did yesterday when we first caught them up, because I'm a grandmother, so I feed them. So this one is a young lady from Ladysmith area. Where's Dr. Vicki?
We're interviewing VICKI Sokolowski today, and she's very significant to the eagle release because she has a story to tell. One of the eagles came from her property.
So we have an eagle nest on our farm. Eagles are actually our closest neighbors, and last July I had noted that the eaglet there was one eaglet, and I noted she was in the nest on the 18th. I took pictures, but then on the 21st we found her on the ground below the nest. So the parents were both there, and our main concern was we have a lot of predators in the area. The eaglet could not fly, and even though the parents were there to feed it, we felt that we needed to call the DNR and get her brought in somewhere to be taken care of. So then the DNR proceeded to engage transport for her to Regi, and then they've been taking care of her since the end of July. So today she finally gets to be released. When she first went to the rehabilitation center, she was very underweight, and she was missing most of her tail feathers. And I don't think that my eagle pair that year was very experienced, and so the mother of this eagle is currently sitting on eggs already for this year. So hopefully they will do a better job this year than they did last year. So
Right.
She was raised by our foster parents, finished raising by our foster parents, was a very skinny little girl, and is now 100%. So I'm going to count to 3. I can't tell you how fast she'll come out, but 1, 2, 3. Okay. What do you say? Oh, there she goes. Take care, girl. We released 2 immature eagles today, and both of them came in as starving babies. They came in June. One came in June and one came in July, and both had fallen from nests because of storms. So they were both very thin coming in, and we had to get them back up to some weight. We did put them with foster parent, a non-releasable adult eagle. So they were raised not as human imprints. They were also raised with, we had 12 young eagles this year, so they were raised with several young eagles. So they had effectively siblings to be raised with. So it's the best way to raise them. And that way they're not imprinted to humans. They don't have, they mate with each other. They don't have any human qualities, and they do survive really well on their own.
Wow, that's awesome. So how do you choose the release location?
The wintering areas are important because they need other eagles around. They're going to learn through the winter where the good food is, and they'll be with good company through the winter time. And we do a lot of research to figure out where the best release sites are and at what time. The release site often is in Sauk City, but this year we have some breeding adults that started nesting already, so they get a little more aggressive at the youngsters and a little cranky. So this year, while we do have some eagles on nests on the river, we don't here. And so this is a really safe place still, and that's a good thing.
Okay, that makes sense. And there's so many eagles here.
There are.
I've lost track before I got off the ramp.
Right.
How long has Regi been around?
My husband and I started Regi in 1990. I had a large facility in Southern California before that, and I did research on raptors during that period as well. So we've been there for a long time, and we do have one of the largest eagle flights in the country. So the flight building where they can condition, and that's also really important. When they leave us, they have to have really good flight muscles. They have to be able to, to not only sustain flight, but to recover and to, go on to lead happy, fulfilling lives.
Right.
And they can't have, periods of time where they're not, not doing well, and doesn't have enough food, that sort of thing. And this gives them a much better opportunity to release them now.
There was a third eagle that was going to be released today. Why?
Why didn't she?
Yeah.
The eagle that we were going to get, first of all, was really almost impossible to catch in the big flight this morning. I only have 2 staff on the weekend, so it's a little harder. But in fact, she did have some, we watched them very close, so we have cameras on them as well, and she seemed to have some depth perception issues. And she was hit by a car, so she did, she could have some visual issues that we can't tell. So in the flight, as we were watching her, she started doing some behaviors that led us to believe she might have some depth perception issues. And she, would kind of fly up as opposed to go straight. She was flying extremely well, but I felt a little uncomfortable. And quite honestly, we don't release unless they're 100%. We don't want to release somebody to starve or to have problems in the wild. So we're going to keep her back for a bit and, see, we'll try to recover that and see if we can do some more research on it, and then hopefully she'll be released.
Awesome. We'll do this again then.
Look at that. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful.